Hey, what's up YouTube? I've been a little bit ill recently, so unfortunately I haven't been able to record any tutorials, but I have managed to do a little bit of building, and just today I started working on revamping my city again. Here's a little sneak peek. I also made a pretty cool discovery. I wanted to take a good look at my city. With a render distance of 32, you can't really do that, but with the Distant Horizons mod, you can. That just looks so much cooler. However, we're not here to take a look at my city. I want to use the mod to explore my design world. My design world is literally as if a mad scientist with ADHD just started throwing blocks at each other. Just anywhere and everywhere they could put them. And that mad scientist would be me. And quite frequently, I lose builds, or lose interest in builds, and start and finish a million projects all at the same time. But using this mod, I have actually managed to trace all the way back to where this world started. I thought that it'd be fun to take a look around and see if we can find some cool stuff, starting all the way over here. I can't believe that the first build in this world is just a regular pharmacy. Like, I don't know if you guys can see some of the insane stuff over there, and it all just starts off with this. I'm not going to linger too long on every build, but I'm pretty sure this was designed for the original city, so that's how far back this world goes. We have my regular sized IKEA as well that somehow still seems small. Kind of like the layout though. Got a motel too. My soccer stadium! Guys, I've not seen some of these in so long. Some of you guys might have actually seen these more recently than me. I don't even know what this is. This reminds me that I need a mini version of Panda Express for my city. What? This is a beach? Look at this. This is a pretty cool beach house. I mean, I don't know what's going on here. It kind of looks like a cage, but that's pretty cool. I can't even remember building this. All this, for that matter. What is this? Some sort of fast food restaurant, I guess? This is an ugly looking hotel. So is this actually, but for a different reason. Is this where the mini-ish sort of build started? This is kind of a small cinema. Classic layout. Oh, maybe there's two screens. Oh, nice. I definitely need a casino in the city. Ah, this is cool. Okay, this I like. This is... We can make even better machines now as well with the shelves. Ah, I like this. Never mind, this is definitely still for the regular city. Look at the absolute length of that car. That's a mystery. You know what? I actually really kinda like the design of this hospital. I might have to repurpose this design a little bit. The plantar farm, that is actually in the city. It's over here. So is the King of the Hill house, although this doesn't quite look like the regular version. Is it weird that I kind of like this? This is like the most basic indoor swimming baths that's ever existed, but I kinda like that. It's huge though. So tall. I both love and hate the concept of this house. This is so random. Again, a similar sort, I guess, like an underground, overground, wombling free sort of house. Here we have part of a prison. Oh, and then just an actual prison. Oh, and hey, look over there, another prison. How many criminals do you think we have wandering around the city design world? Ooh, my mall. This is... I like the design of this, though. That's kind of cool. Again, I might have to kind of steal / repurpose some of these old designs into Mini City. Why does every pet store I build just look the same? Who's a good boy? You are. BMW car dealership, which I actually do kind of like, but it's sort of also ugly at the same time. Just a large-ish fire station, I guess? A sniffer if it was a snake? A regular sniffer? And I don't even know what this is, to be quite honest, unfortunately. Before I had my view distance turned up to the max, I thought that everything was just insanely random, but now as I look at it, things are clearly kind of built loosely in rows, so it should be quite easy to explore this place. Modern Burger King. You know what, how old is this world? If only there was a way to find out. If this is accurate, I actually made this world on the 3rd of August, 2022, at 10:12 in the morning if anybody's interested. And yet it feels so much older than that for some reason. I guess this was going to be a train station. I don't dislike this modern suburban house. That's actually kind of cool. This is like a modern version of the Hill House. Am I crazy, or is this just the same house that we saw over there somewhere? Now this is the Addams family house, and I actually really like this. Guys, what's the policy on taking some of these older builds that weren't designed for Mini-City and just putting them in there? Like, I'm not going to do it in this video, but I kind of want to comb through this world and take some stuff for the city. This is why we're here. Look at this. This is like Bowser's airship from, I guess, one of the Mario games. This looks so cool. This is a work in progress of my zoo. I guess that I must have finished it over there in that direction since there's like 3 versions of it. I guess I must have been working on some sort of Mario themed roller coaster or something at some point. This is just crazy. Oh my god. Ah! Oh! You see, this needs to be in the city. Look at this. What's very strange is we're now starting to encounter mini-city builds as well, in between just other random things. So this is the... I don't actually think this is the mini-city butcher shop. I don't know where this belongs. This definitely isn't the coffee shop either. But they look similar though. Does anybody know what this is from? This is very cool. I don't want to get this wrong, but I think this is Craig of the Creek's house from the show Craig of the Creek, maybe? This is, I want to say Cartman's house or Kyle's house. I've probably got that wrong. Mini version of Domino's. I just love these for some reason. I must have built like 4 of these. Just a classic modern designed hotel. I suppose we have a Pokeball house here. 2 different versions of it. Oh wow, look, there's an interior. How do I not have a fish and chip shop in my city? Am I even British at all? Huh, kebab. Oh look, at an actual smaller version. Huh. Maybe I need to put something like this in the city. And another version of the kebab as well. That is insanely ugly. Oh wow. I think it's because the glass, like, just already looks just a little bit better. That's horrendous. You know what? That's not too much better, but I do actually like it a bit more. I guess it's a 2-story clothes store. Ooh, a modern-ish train station. That's interesting. I mean, I don't know how you get from like platform to platform exactly, but maybe if you just run really fast like you're in Harry Potter, just straight into here. I'm in Hogwarts. Now this is very cool, actually. Does this belong in the city, do you think? Do you think that the residents would enjoy? Is this mini modern Wendy's? If not, it looks frighteningly similar to it. It's not, because it's like orientated differently, but it's so insanely similar though. Guys, Princess Peach's castle. This is what I'm talking about. I just want this sort of stuff for my world. That's cool. What is that though? I think that this is something Transformers related, but I cannot for the life of me remember what exactly. It's insane looking though, regardless. This is Luigi's Mansion. This is very cool. Don't ask me which version it is, but I really like it though. I also really oddly like this too. This is Build-A-Bear. Very cool. I feel as though that this needs to come into the city, or at least a smaller version of this. Does that not just look so classic? I love that. Whoa. Whoa. What is this? This is insane. I think that this is also something Transformers related though, because that kind of looks like the Autobots logo? Maybe? This is crazy. Does anyone know what that is? I think I'm okay not knowing what any of these are though, to be quite honest. I really did just go through a Mario phase at one point. This is also insanely cool. I love this. I kind of like this too, but I don't know what it is. It's very colourful. And once again, a build that looks kind of familiar, but isn't. Like, this looks like the mini city version of Modern Subway, but it's just not quite the same. This has got to be the best iPhone that I've ever made. That's pretty cool looking. I don't know if it's also meant to be a house or if it's just like a giant statue, but that's cool. And I guess that this is like the mini version. And this, that's really cool too. That's the watch. I really like that. I'll tell you what I love more than that though. All of the Hello Neighbor houses just hold a special place in my heart. I guess that I was refining this one, or maybe I was taking thumbnail pictures or something, but I think that this one out of all of them is my favourite. It's just the most unhinged. It's such a cool house. Yeah, you know what, guys? I think that when there's like multiple versions like this, I think maybe I was either refining them, or more likely, I think maybe I was like taking thumbnail pictures so that they were out of the way. Shout out to this modern train station. I actually really like the design of this. Something like this could easily fit in the city. I guess I solved the problem of not having to hop between the different platforms. I like this. I think that this is the Owl House. It's looking right at me. We have a modern bank. That's certainly an interesting way of doing it. Ooh, the original version of Bluey's house. Very cool. Just a random toy store? Let's take a look. Okay, well, you know, I guess that I probably did the best that I could with the blocks that I had back then. It's still kind of charming. Okay, so now I think that we're kind of in like a mini city starting point, because this is the mini city theme park / fair, and the Lego store, and the barb shop, and the Adidas store, etc, etc. So I'm not going to show you all of the mini city builds, because I'm sure you've seen them a million times already, but like this for instance, this isn't in the city, but this is... Do you guys like this design? This is pretty cool looking, actually. And it's so mini. I guess at some point in time, the original theme park was going to have a much bigger, weirder roller coaster. Okay, so here is the zoo. Does anybody else love that sign? I really do. And this is... Oh, look at some of these enclosures. Did I ever build this? I don't even know anymore. It would have been so long ago. That's such a cool aviary. I think I might have, maybe. Is this a reptile room? Yes, it is. Zoos are some of my favourite things to make. I should do a new one. I'm almost certain that this is something One Piece related, but I don't know enough about One Piece to tell you which ship this would become. Well, two of these statues are delightful. I love the snail guy. This sort of reminds me of the Demogorgon from Stranger Things, but I know it's not. Just a bunch of Mario-themed statues. I love these. I haven't made statues in quite a while now, but I'd still love to see them. Okay, guys, this is another candidate for something that I would love in the city. This is insanely cool. Guys, can we just agree that I can bring some builds from this world into the city? Because this, I just love this. I guess this is Toad's house? This is one of the Hello Neighbor houses. I think that this might actually be from the latest game, or the latest game at the time. I guess this is like a modern suburban mansion. I don't dislike the general design of this. Quite like it. The Fairly Odd Parents house, featuring Treehouse. The Family Guy house. The Mandalorian. Is this Bendy from Bendy and the Ink Machine? I may have got that wrong. Okay, some more stuff that's up my alley. So this is, I believe, Trunks' ship from Dragon Ball Z. Or the Time Machine, I should say. And this is the actual spaceship. This is... Oh, look at these. And we have Capsule Corp. Guys. Look. And also this White Castle, which is actually a really charming design. Don't even have the faintest clue what this is. I think that this is a version of Naruto's house from one of the many series or movies or something. I think that you guys would know better than me. Just what have I wandered into here? I think that this might be Paper Mario's house. If Steve was a house. Oh wow, even his head. Look at that. It's kind of cool. That looks absolutely nuts. This is the ship from Mario Odyssey. This is... Oh guys, I think I did a good job with that. That is awesome. Look at that. We have, I think that this is meant to be like part of an indoor skate park. I think that this is Hyrule Castle from like the original Legend of Zelda. I think, and I remember spending an insanely long time making this. Like a really, really long time. I think it's really, really accurate as well. Or at least as accurate as I could get it from my knowledge of the game, which is limited to old YouTube Let's Plays. I see something insane over here. I know that this is also Naruto related. I don't know what it is though. My regular sized basketball arena. This is a very cool build. I should reuse this design in some sort of way. This is really nice. I just realised I wandered onto a military base. Good job I wasn't shot down. Okay, well this looks kind of cool as well. So I guess that this must have been a design for a modern hotel. And whilst I do think that it misses the mark a little bit, like I like the concept of it. Some sort of weird rainbow roller coaster, I guess. Whoa. So this is the American football field. This is huge. Wow. I actually forgotten how big this was, and I you know what? I kind of forgot that I built it in the first place. That's massive. Got another mall design over here. The outside of it's very interesting. The cars look insane for some reason. I think because I'm just used to the new sort of like standard size. They look really strange. The layout in here is kind of nice. I like the escalator as well, or rather the lift. Just a random church. Is this school in Mini City? I don't think so. It's weird that there's like so much mini stuff, and then there's like older world stuff as well. I had forgot about this. This absolute insane McDonald's. This is the most unhinged, I think, that I ever got with the whole McDonald's buildings. We've just got like a regular modern McDonald's, and behind it just the play area. It just looks insane though, like from the outside. Like it is like, if you just take this part, it's like kind of like just a regular sort of modern looking McDonald's, and then just strapped a warehouse onto the back of it. This is cool. Not that I know what it is. YM. Interesting. I think that this is Arthur's house from, well, Arthur. Shout out to the Jade Palace. This took insanely long to make. Well, this is just incredibly strange looking. I think that this is Freddy Krueger's house. This is kind of an interesting sort of design. Interesting the fact that it's kind of ugly. I'm not surprised I didn't finish theirs. I think that this is actually meant to be like the house from Scream. I think, and I think that I just didn't get around to finishing it because either I couldn't get like enough reference images, or maybe it just wasn't turning out the way that I wanted, but I should revisit this. Howdly doodly, neighborino. Have I ever made an Applebee's on the channel? Because I think that this might be an Applebee. Oh, well, that kind of gives it away, doesn't it? I wonder what this was meant to be. I kind of expected a sign here on the side saying exactly what it was. You know what's crazy is I forgot that I actually made a museum. What was I building? That actually looks really cool. That's a nice looking statue. We've got some different dinosaurs as well. That is actually sick. Look at that pterodactyl. And this triceratops. Wow. Got some fair stuff over here. This was never used in my fair. Or this. That's really cool looking. So's this. I don't think this was used. Or that, actually. Maybe I was actually working on a mini fair at some point in time. That actually makes sense. There's something so adorable about this. So at one point in time, I think that I was making a 10 build hacks that you can use to make a TV studio video build. And I think that these are each part of that video, which is kind of cool, because I really like this like Jeopardy set, and this Wipeout set, and kind of like this sitcom house at the end. And the newsroom as well. I think that this is kind of like my favourite part. I did, of course, end up making the actual TV studio, but it's just kind of interesting. Shout out to the Titanic. So this is kind of cool. This is an unfinished version of King Kai's planet from Dragon Ball Z. I kind of almost want to finish this. This would actually be fun to have in the city as well, just suspended in the sky somewhere. This is weird. This is awesome. Why did I never put this in the city? Like an Asian-themed street food bar. That's awesome. I did make a fair. Well, that explains all of that. How did I not see this when I was over there? I can't even remember putting all of this together. I love this. I'm gonna have to revisit this build. That's... How can I clearly put so much effort into a build and then just be like, nah. And I just realized this is where I have been building recently. This is where I got the idea for this video. So, as you might be able to see, this is my Dollar Tree build, which appeared on the channel like just before I got sick, like a week ago. And the same for Blockbuster over there. Like, these are really recent builds. I've only just made them. And in the grand scheme of things, we're only like a few rows deep into this world. Which means I've built in kind of like almost like a weird like loop or a coil or something. Like I've built like in a circle. Like I've managed to somehow come all the way back onto myself, and I guess I'll be going that way next, maybe. I just thought that the idea was so funny that I was just like so lost in this world, but it turns out that I was literally just like not too far that direction is just like the beginning. You know what, whilst we're here, I have been making some more modern houses, and just houses in general recently. So this one's kind of like unfinished, especially from the outside, but I've actually been thinking about the inside of the houses a lot more recently. Like I've been trying to kind of like, I've been trying to work from the inside out, bro. And I'm just trying to make the insides look really nice and like really work and flow together really well, rather than just like building the outer shell and just stuffing the inside in there. So that's why this doesn't look quite as good on the outside yet, but I'm certain that I will refine that. So this house is a good example. This one is pretty much finished, I do believe, and I worked on the inside first. So this is like the entrance area. Over here we branch off into a living room. Over here a dining room / kitchen. We have kind of like this little back porch / storage room, which also connects into the utility room as well, which I really like. And if we go upstairs, everything's just laid out nicely up here as well, looking down into the living room. Like just the interior is just in a really good spot. Like I really love how this looks and flows together. And the back garden is just nice and simple as well. Obviously, this is all subject to change, like I might tweak this a little bit, but I really like it as a whole. Same sort of thing here. This is such an awesome, compact, modern house. Like, this is meant to be like a row house or a terraced house. And inside, again, it's just like everything's so inside orientated. I built the inside first. Like, everything just fits nicely. Everything goes together nicely. I mean, there's not much room in the house, so it might still feel like a little compact, but I mean, there's not too much you can do when it's like a literal tiny house. But I think that that's just such a quintessential modern house. I love that design. Been working on Family Dollar as well, so that is the larger version of the same thing. So the inside for both of these builds, believe it or not, are identical. The only difference is the roof height. I still have to stock the inside of this build, but it's a pretty usual sort of layout for these kinds of builds. Oh, I made a Baskin-Robbins as well. This was a first for me. I'd never really heard of Baskin-Robbins, but somebody suggested that I make one, and I really love both the inside and the outside. Really, really fun. I think it's just like an ice cream store, basically. I just have to actually write like Baskin-Robbins along the side of it, but I love the design. I think that this was my original design for an aquarium, and this is just like one of the most unhinged builds that I've ever seen in my entire life. This is actually insane. So we have an alternate design for one of my office buildings. I do believe that we ended up going for this one, although I seem to remember like the entrance like coming out all the way like this at like a right angle, but it's been so long that I actually can't really remember. But this is an alternate version that I was obviously kicking around, and that's something. You guys have no idea how many different designs I went through to make my recent public toilet build. It was actually causing me physical pain trying to figure out what it should look like. It was driving me crazy. I think that this was the start of like a modern suburban house, but these materials are so insanely ugly together. But they do kind of work at the same time, which is odd. I completely forgot that I made this. So I made this like a few weeks ago now, like Buffalo Wild Wings, and I've just completely forgotten about it. It's just got lost in amidst all of this. I should really start writing this stuff down. Like, the entire inside's made and everything. Like, it's quite a well done build, to be quite honest. I really like it. And I did mean to make a tutorial for this thing, but I don't know. I don't know what happened. I've never even made one. Like, this would be the first one on the channel. I really like it. I don't know if I have to change it at all, but... Oh my god, Olive Garden as well. I forgot that I made Olive Garden. I made that like a week or two before Buffalo Wild Wings, I think, and I just haven't... I haven't put a tutorial out for this. And I think it's really nice as well. I think it's really well made. We don't have either Buffalo Wild Wings nor Olive Garden in the UK, but from the research that I did manage to do, like it's not bad. It's not far off. Like, I'm really happy with this. I think that it'd look awesome in the city. Hopefully, those of you that have actually been to one of these in real life would agree. And yeah, it's just been stuffed here. Just a random part of a house. Okay, so this is a good example of a house that I really love from the outside. Like, I think that this is a very, very cool build from the outside. Like, even the back garden, like, I think that this is awesomely designed for the outside, but I dislike a lot of the inside. Like, this is awesome. Like, this lobby slash foyer area, I love this. This is very, very cool. And upstairs isn't too bad because it's like laid out into like a corridor, and we just have like a bathroom and we have like a couple of kids' bedrooms. Like, the upstairs isn't the problem, but downstairs, it's just, there's something about it. I don't know. Like, we have it. It's everything seems like crammed it into this build. Like, we've got a kitchen, dining room, living room. Maybe I'm being dramatic because now that I've taken a step back from it. Like, laundry room. Now that I've taken a step away, it's not that bad. I think maybe this room bothers me, kind of like a cinema room. Maybe you guys can weigh in on this, because actually, now that I am revisiting this, I don't dislike it. I actually do really like it. Maybe I have to... Maybe I was just too close to it at the time. Because this actually took quite a long time to put together as well. I love how sometimes there's just like random bits of builds just kind of just hanging about. I was actually experimenting with my dog cafe build at one point in time. So at one point it had 2 stories, as you can see. This was almost the finished design. But then I went for something, I don't even know where it is right now, but I went for a completely different direction. Who doesn't just have a giant black wall in their world? That's just normal. I think that I'm going to head back over in this direction now, just to make sure that I've not missed anything. I think that this is a modern house that I just never made a tutorial for. I think it just looks okay. This is a doctor's office that I made but never made a tutorial for this version. I did end up making a different version though. This is my motorway that I did make a tutorial for, but I think that I'm gonna have to remake this, I think, and make it larger. I still love the concept of this. This is a modern apartment building with like an underground car park and a lift and stairs and like utilities. Like, I really like this. I'm going to have to rebuild something similar in the future. A fish market, which now that I look at it, I actually really like the design of. I don't know why I never made a tutorial for this. I think that this is just fine. Maybe it just needs a tweak or 2. I think especially with the new shelves, we could really make something cool. Here we have the original Steven Universe beach house and the van as well. Does the van have a name? Universe? Is that the name? Does the van have a name? I don't even know. It looks cool. And hang on. Huh! Look at that. That's awesome. And I know that the inside of this build's made as well. Now, which was a massive challenge, to be honest, because I've never watched Steven Universe, but I think I actually did quite well with the interior of the house. And this one as well. This is like the upgraded version or the later seasons version. My personal favourite part is this here, some sort of like, I didn't even know, like meditation dome or something, but the inside's made here too, or at least as best as I could do it. I know that this part's really accurate. The actual like living room area, and we also have Steven's room. Pretty cool. Really liked this. I've not made a tutorial for either of these, which is silly because I should do both. This is a design for an indoor swimming baths, and this is just another really like simple version of one. I actually kind of like this. I'd probably have to alter it, but I actually really kind of like this. It's not very fun in here though, it's just a pool and a diving board. The makings of a water park, which are, well, now that I look at this, I don't really like it very much, but at the time I'm sure that I probably did maybe. Very cute little pirate ship. I've got an obsession with like Fairground stuff, by the looks of it. It's so weird. I've got like 3 different fairs. That's an interesting popcorn stand. That's cool. I think I'd probably steal that in the future if I ever do another fair. Shout out to McDonald's. I haven't tried any of the Grinch menu yet, but I do plan on it. This is clearly the beginnings of some sort of modern house, and well, I guess it didn't go very well. Just a full-on suburban house over here. Huh. How about that? It's not a bad looking house. There's some things that I'd change about it though. Actually got an actual garage, and there's an this feels nice, actually. That feels nice to walk in. I mean, the layout's crazy though. Like, the layout feels bad for some reason. I don't know why. Like, it doesn't feel like a well thought out interior. This is very cool. I can't take that away. Okay, well that's a sick idea. We have a secret gaming room in the clock. That's okay. What kind of guy goes to the trouble of making the Pickles residence from Rugrats to never make a tutorial for it? A sick one. I was working on boats at one point in time. I think that this was maybe like some sort of houseboat. That's cool. And I guess that this is like the upgraded version. I like the shape of it. The shape's really cool. I bet that the inside isn't right. Or done at all, actually. What about up here? It's not bad though, actually. It's not bad. What's up with this? Why did I never make it? I really like this. I guess I just never did this bit. If this is a little mini speedboat, this looks awesome. Look at that. I actually really like that. Shout out to Oreos. So I think that we've kind of reached the very back of my world. And I think it only goes this far back. So this is as far back as the actual building goes. This is for a thumbnail. But I did manage to like build all the way over here, which is quite a massive... I mean, we can't even see the start of the world anymore. That's long gone. But my question is, like, how can I be building all of this over here in this direction, and then just decide to be like, hey, nah, let's go this way? Like, there's no logic. Am I having deja vu or something? Like, this is kind of similar to the modern apartment building from earlier, but not quite as nice, in my opinion. I don't think I ever made a tutorial for this. Maybe it's because I don't think that I really like it, to be honest. But it's kind of like built in the same sort of vein as the other one. Just a classic feeling suburban house. This is some sort of cartoon house, but I actually can't remember. Oh, wait, hang on. Nope, I thought that this might have gave us a clue. Is it possible that this is a cartoon house from the show Moving Sail? I don't know why I was working on mini versions of Pokemon, but these are adorable, and I should make shorts on these or something. That is adorable. Oh, I just figured out why I was making mini versions of these. I guess to stick up here for a house. Does this have an interior? It does have an interior. PlayStation 1 house? That's so cool. I don't think I ever made this on the channel. This is so cool. I love the retro builds so much. I quickly started and quickly gave up making the Monsters Inc. factory from the movie Monsters Inc., but I think this actually looks quite good. Now, this 100% has to go in the city. This is my members garden. So if you are a member of the YouTube channel, I plan on putting this somewhere in Mini City, and on top of each one of these yellow place markers, I will have a sign with your username on it, and I will probably arrange them in order of who's been a member the longest, and hopefully I'll just have like an ever expanding garden of people who are members of the channel. Just chilling, casually designed an entire modern hotel with a helipad on it, just never to use it, I guess, which is a shame because it's quite nice. I'd probably even call this a resort. This is I remember putting a lot of effort into this. Shout out to the go-kart track that I might finish one day. This is a generic modern supermarket which I built, and then shelves came out so soon after I built this that I was like, no, this changes everything. And whilst I'm looking around, it wouldn't change that much. I do feel as though that I do need to like remake this with shelves in mind, but I really like it's a super simple generic design, like it's really clean. The inside just needs redoing. This thing right here is an absolute mess, but I love the concept of it. I'm going to have to remake this, but just kind of like a corner shop, kind of like a British giant corner grocery store, kind of has like a little bit of everything. This one has an upstairs with like a living space in it, but if I was to remake it, I don't know if I would do that. I'm not sure if I would add that or not. but I do need to add more corner plots to my city because they're kind of handy for just city building. Just recreated the house from the movie Up with the happy gas that flies the house around, just like in the movie. And believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, we've actually came full circle now. That was honestly a super fun trip down memory lane. I really enjoyed doing that with you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to make some more tutorials when I'm better, and I hope you guys watch them. See you in the next one. Goodbye.